The world is watching the Middle East, holding its breath as tensions simmer and threaten to boil over. While much of the recent focus has been on Gaza, a potentially more explosive flashpoint is quietly escalating to the north, in Lebanon. This isn't just a local dispute, it's a complex chess match involving regional powers, and at its center is one of the most powerful non-state actors in the world, Hezbollah. To truly understand the risk of a much wider, more devastating war, we need to look at the intricate relationship between Hezbollah and its patron, Iran. So what exactly is Hezbollah? Born out of the chaos of the Lebanese Civil War and the 1982 Israeli invasion, Hezbollah, or the Party of God, started as a Shiite resistance movement. But over the decades, it has transformed into something much more. It's a political party with seats in the Lebanese parliament, a social welfare provider that runs schools and hospitals, and most critically, a formidable military force that rivals many national armies. Its arsenal is vast, reportedly including tens of thousands of rockets and precision-guided missiles capable of hitting anywhere in Israel. This military strength is no accident. It has been carefully cultivated, funded, and armed by the Islamic Republic of Iran. This brings us to the core of the issue, the proxy relationship. For Iran, Hezbollah is the crown jewel of its axis of resistance, a network of allied states and militant groups across the region, including factions in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. This network allows Iran to project power and challenge its adversaries, primarily Israel and the United States, without engaging in direct, conventional warfare. Think of it as strategic outsourcing. By supporting Hezbollah, Iran gains a powerful deterrent on Israel's northern border. It can harass, threaten, and tie down its main regional rival at arm's length, reducing the risk of a direct attack on Iranian soil. This strategy of forward defense is central to Tehran's security doctrine. Hezbollah is not just an ally, it's an extension of Iran's strategic depth. Following the October 7th attacks by Hamas and the subsequent Israeli military response in Gaza, this proxy dynamic was immediately put to the test, almost instantly. Hezbollah began launching rockets, drones, and anti-tank missiles into northern Israel. Israel retaliated with airstrikes and artillery fire. Since then, this tit-for-tat exchange has become a daily reality. Tens of thousands of civilians on both sides of the border have been evacuated from their homes, turning entire towns into ghost towns. This low-intensity conflict serves several purposes for the Iran-led axis. It shows solidarity with the Palestinians, forces Israel to fight on a second front, and keeps Israeli military resources stretched thin. It's a calculated, calibrated pressure campaign. But calibration is a dangerous game. Every rocket fired, every airstrike carries the risk of miscalculation, a single attack with unexpectedly high casualties, whether intentional or accidental. Could be the spark that ignites a full-scale war, and a war between Israel and Hezbollah would be. Unlike anything the region has seen before, it wouldn't be a repeat of the 2006 Lebanon War, both. Sides are now far more powerful. Hezbollah's missile arsenal could overwhelm Israel's sophisticated air defense systems, like the Iron Dome, causing unprecedented damage to Israeli cities and critical infrastructure, for its part. Israel has made it clear that any future war would be devastating for Lebanon. The Israeli military would likely respond with overwhelming force, not just targeting Hezbollah's strongholds, but also striking Lebanese state infrastructure. Arguing that Hezbollah is deeply embedded within the Lebanese state, the consequences would be catastrophic. For Lebanon, a country already on its knees from a crippling economic collapse, political paralysis, and the aftermath of the 2020 Beirut port explosion, a major war would be the final. Devastating blow. The human cost would be immense, and the country's fragile social fabric could completely unravel. For Israel, while its military is superior, it would face a two-front war, potentially drawing in other Iranian proxies from Syria or even Iraq. The economic disruption and civilian casualties would be severe, and the ripple effects wouldn't stop there. A full-blown conflict in Lebanon would almost certainly disrupt global energy markets. Key shipping lanes, like the Strait of Hormuz, through which a significant portion of the world's oil passes, could be threatened. This would cause oil prices to skyrocket. Impacting economies worldwide, it would also create a massive new refugee crisis, further destabilizing neighboring countries in Europe. The United States and other global powers would inevitably be drawn in, whether through diplomatic intervention or military support, raising the terrifying prospect of a direct confrontation between the U. Let's start in Iran. This is the tightrope everyone is walking. Iran wants to use Hezbollah to apply pressure, but likely wants to avoid a full-scale war that could threaten the survival of its most valuable proxy and risk a direct confrontation with the U.S. Hezbollah, while projecting strength, is also aware of the potential devastation to its Lebanese support base and must weigh its loyalty to Iran against its own domestic standing. Israel, while determined to restore security to its northern border, is also hesitant to open a new, more dangerous front while still engaged in Gaza. The situation is a pressure cooker. Diplomatic efforts, led by the United States and France, are underway, trying to find an off-ramp. They are pushing for a solution based on UN Security Council Resolution 1701, which called for Hezbollah to withdraw its forces from the border after the 2006 war. But a diplomatic solution seems distant. Hezbollah is unlikely to give up its strategic position without significant concessions, and Israel's patience is wearing thin. Israeli leaders have repeatedly stated that if diplomacy fails, a military solution will become inevitable. So, as the world focuses on one part of the Middle East, we must not lose sight of the northern front. The daily clashes on the Israel-Lebanon border are not just background noise, they are the drumbeats of a potentially much larger war. This is the heart of Iran's proxy strategy in action, a high-stakes gamble where the lives of millions and the stability of the entire region hang in the balance. Understanding this complex web of interests and pressures is key to grasping the true fragility of the current situation. The path to de-escalation is narrow and fraught with peril, and a single misstep could plunge the Middle East into a conflict far more destructive than what we are witnessing today. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis helpful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into global affairs. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay informed and stay safe.